UROLIFT, the good, the bad, and the ugly. My name is Frank, and I want to give you an idea of what to expect before, during, and after if you are thinking about having the UROLIFT procedure. I'm a 74-year-old male that had the UROLIFT procedure on June 30th, 2021. Other than a 50-year fight with kidney stones, I have no other serious medical conditions. Around 2013, I started a prescription of tamsulosin for repeated trips to the bathroom at night. Previous to this, I was taking saw palmetto for approximately 5 years for the repeated trips. Started prescription of finasteride on 9/20 of 19. 4/17 of 20, tamsulosin doubled to 2 pills a night. Even with tamsulosin and finasteride, still waking 3 times a night, so consulted with urologist about the UROLIFT procedure. He stated that I was maxed out on medications and UROLIFT was probably needed. I want to state now that I hated the finasteride. The purpose of the medication is to shrink the prostate, and it seemed to work for a short period of time, but the side effects are notable. It will dry up your ejaculate and pretty much destroy your sex drive. I might be 74, but I'm not ready to wither away just yet. Pre-procedure. Before the UROLIFT, you will have a cystoscopy and an ultrasound to ensure you are a candidate for the procedure. This was scheduled 2 weeks before my UROLIFT. I won't waste your time with the explanation of cystoscopy. Just Google it for a better explanation. The cystoscopy is uncomfortable because of the pressure, but no real pain. I should state here that you and I might have different ideas of what is pain. As stated earlier, I've had kidney stones for 50 years, so pain is no stranger. I won't go into what you should eat or drink before the procedure, because your doctor will give you a list of what and how much you can consume. I will say that for dinner the day before, I had tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. For breakfast, I had toast and juice. My procedure was scheduled for 10:30 a.m. Make sure you have all your prescriptions filled before the procedure. That's where hint number 1 comes in. Some doctors prescribe diazepam to be taken before the procedure. Mine didn't. If not prescribed, I suggest you take one of your pain pills before you go in. My nurse asked if I took one, and I wished I had. I don't think she would have asked if this wasn't a common practice. Of course, you shouldn't drive after taking the pain prescription. Wear loose clothing. Back up, hint number 2. Wear loose clothing to the hospital. Sweatpants worked well for me. The nurse will have you stripped from the waist down and give you a sheet to cover. You will be able to keep socks and shirt on. You'll be placed on a medical table and feet placed in stirrups. Nurse will wipe you down with a solution to kill bacteria and a numbing solution placed on the penis. Hint number 3. At this point, you will likely want to say something witty like, "Shouldn't we at least have a drink first?" She has heard every witticism 1,000 times, so keep your comments to yourself. A paper sheet will be placed between you and the doctor. This is great because you do not want to see what is going on. Also, my procedure was done during the pandemic, and the sheet allowed me to remove my mask. This is important because deep breathing helps, and being maskless really helps. The actual procedure. When they say the procedure is mildly uncomfortable, they must mean for the doctor, because for me it was very uncomfortable. With the numbing solution, you won't feel pain or the instrument or anything else. No sharp pain, but the pressure felt is intense. Sometimes it felt like the instrument was coming through my stomach lining. This is where the deep breathing really helps. When the implants are inserted, you will hear an audible click, and minor pain, but nothing you can't handle. I believe I had 4 implants on each lobe of the prostate. At the end, the nurse will ask you to pee in a cup. If you can't, they will insert a catheter. I asked the nurse, and she stated this is needed in about 50% of the cases. I didn't need a catheter, so unable to discuss what this entails. Total time in the hospital was about 2 hours. Post-procedure. Now the fun begins. When you pee, it will burn. A lot. There will also be lots of blood and blood clots. This blood will diminish daily, but the burning continued for about 4 days. You will be very uncomfortable for about the first 24 hours. It will feel like an MMA fighter used your lower abdomen for a punching bag. This lasted about 18 hours for me before pain was at least tolerable, but continued for 3 days. By day 4, blood is gone from the urine, and burning has greatly diminished. Hint number 4. If you have to work, try to have a procedure done on early Friday and recuperate Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday if possible. Give yourself 4 days to recuperate. Hint number 5. Stay close to a bathroom for at least the first 2 days. By close, I mean about 30 feet. You will be told to drink a lot of water after the procedure, and you will be going to the bathroom about every 20 minutes. When you have to pee, go immediately. If not, you will have leakage. Immediately after the procedure, I was happy with the results. I walked 3 miles daily, and before always had to find a place to relieve myself on route at least once and sometimes twice in that 50-minute time span. This has stopped. I also had to strain repeatedly while urinating to keep the strain going. I no longer have to do this, but still taking tamsulosin and finasteride daily until my follow-up with my urologist. UROLIFT follow-up. My follow-up was 26 days after the surgery. Ultrasound of the bladder was performed. At this point, I was very happy with the UROLIFT procedure. I'm down to 2 bathroom visits a night. This doesn't sound like much, but actually a 33% improvement. Along with the other things I mentioned, the follow-up with the doctor was positive. I asked and was allowed to stop the tamsulosin and the finasteride. I've been off the prescription for tamsulosin and finasteride for 3 days now, and unfortunately the symptoms have deteriorated to the point I'm back to visiting the bathroom as much as 4 times a night, and my stream has turned into a trickle. The worst part is that I have the sensation that my bladder never completely empties, also having to strain to keep the stream going. I started taking the tamsulosin again, and everything is much better. Going to the bathroom 2 times a night, and stream is strong, and it feels that the bladder is completely emptying. If I don't have to go back on finasteride, I will consider the UROLIFT procedure worthwhile. If I do, it was a waste of time and money. So let's get into the good, bad, and ugly of UROLIFT. The good. Definitely the good was getting off the finasteride. Also, the leakage has stopped, and getting up to pee 3 times a night is down to 2, and the last 3 nights down to 1 time a night. Able to sleep a good 6 hours before having to get up is a heck of a lot better than getting up every 2 hours. Not having to find a place to pee during my 50-minute walk is also a plus. The bad. Not being able to drop all medications. Still taking tamsulosin. Still getting up 2 times a night, but that's better than 3. Hopefully the 1 time a night will be the norm. The ugly. Definitely the first 48 hours after the procedure is the ugly. The soreness and lower abdomen and burning when urinating is the worst part of the procedure. Like I stated earlier, don't get too far away from your bathroom. The burning is intense, and sometimes the blood clots can dam up the process. Constantly having to go to the bathroom and the urgency to go is very uncomfortable. I guess the bottom line is, am I glad I had the procedure? I would have to answer yes. A 33% reduction in nightly bathroom trips and dropping the finasteride makes it worthwhile for me. In conclusion, I hope the video has answered any questions you might have about the UROLIFT procedure and given you an idea of what to expect. I wish you good luck and good health.